Racism has existed throughout Arkansas history, deeply influencing its culture. From racial exclusion to local KKK branches storming the state, being an African American here has not always been pleasant. The end of the Civil War emancipated slaves in the South, including Arkansas. The economy took a hit, and a brief era of Reconstruction was ushered in. Regions where relationships between blacks and whites were once smooth became dangerous for African Americans. The newly found KKK's activities were deemed illegal, and the organization went down in flames temporarily.
When Reconstruction ended, a new era of racism began. The KKK resurrected after being suppressed, and violent attacks on African Americans were widespread throughout the state. Using religion to justify their actions, the KKK wore church robes when holding meetings, often burning crosses. Meetings in the Arkansas backwoods happened across the state. Sundown towns began to develop, excluding blacks from residing in towns after a certain time at night. If these orders were denied, vicious beatings by white mobs took root. Well-known sundown towns in the state included Mena and Harrison, where riots were frequent.
As these towns got progressively more popular, the civil rights movement ironically made more and more progress. The Little Rock Nine, unsuccessfully attempting to integrate white and black schooling systems, set foot at Central High. They were to be denied at the doors by the National Guard per orders of Governor Orville Faubus. Due to an outcry by white racial extremists, the school shut down the following year in 1958, when the Nine finally attended the school.
If I got anything to do with it, they won't show up. Well, I think it's a breaking point of the school integration. I just don't feel that they have a right to go to school.
Sundown towns eventually died out in the mid-1970s, little after the signing of the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
Sign into law the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Its purpose is national, not regional. Its purpose is to promote a more abiding commitment to freedom, a more constant pursuit of justice.
After this act, however, racism did not disappear, contrary to popular belief. The people of some Arkansas towns, especially Harrison and Zinc, tried to erase this negative, prejudiced image of themselves. However, white supremacists still preach their hateful messages via billboards and radio stations, claiming that their race is not allowed to express the pride for themselves that other races might. Such is the case in towns like Harrison, where Thomas Robb leads a local chapter of the Ku Klux Klan.
Be proud of who they are. Everybody else has a right to be proud, and I don't deny that.
Thomas Robb is the director of the Ku Klux Klan, which is sponsoring the billboard. He says the message is clear.
Yeah, Harrison's a nice, loving community.
It says this time around, the message is more direct.
The reflection comes back on Harrison, and if we just keep quiet and let him do the speaking, it looks like we're all like that, and we're not. Harrison's not like that at all.
Crockett believes billboards like this have the potential to drive people away from Harrison.
Though relations have certainly gotten better over the years between whites and blacks, racism has defined our state and country. The deaths of African Americans from police brutality across America have elicited responses from the public, and protests have been made to stop the violence. Hopefully, if our citizens make an effort, it can become a thing of the past along with other forms of discrimination. Recent examples of police brutality follow. Viewer discretion is advised.
Where your hand, boy?